very good to see you all again, and I hope you guys don't mind seeing me again in this session debate. Before we start, we'll make clear that you are joining the round 32, season 2 and room B. This evening, we'll witness an interesting match between Central Squad from Kantor Cabang Jakarta Pusat, Kedeputian Wilayah 4 as the affirmative house. Any supporter here? Can you give some noise? Or you can open the mic to give a support to Central Squad.
Kaca Jakpus. Panut Arika ke Ambon.
Thank you from supporter Central Squad. And next, we had Arika from Kantor Cabang Ambon, Kedeputian Wilayah 9 as the negative house. For the supporter, make some noise.
Yo. Ciao.
Menyala Arika.
Arika menyala.
Menyala bangku.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Kira from Kantor Cabang Mataram, and I will be here as your moderator for this evening and lead this debate session until the end. I'm also incorporated with Korpu. Mbak Yola, you want to say hi?
Hi, everyone.
Thank you, Mbak Yola. And then I would like to say hi to our honorable adjudicator. First, we have Mr. Aditya. Mr. Aditya, how are you?
I'm fine, and how are you, everyone? I hope you enjoy the debate tonight.
Thank you. And next, we have Mr. Subhan as our second adjudicator. Mr. Subhan, how are you?
Fine, thank you, Beli Kira.
Thank you,
All
Mr.
participants.
Subhan.
Good luck, everyone.
Thank you so much. And for the third adjudicator, you guys have me, Kira, as the third adjudicator. I hope you guys don't mind if I am having a double job for tonight's session. And thank you once again for joining this session. And now, let me introduce our tonight contestant debate. First, we have Central Squad as the affirmative house. We have Miss Putri Ningrum as the first speaker. Putri Ningrum, you can say hi to us.
Hello. Good evening, all.
Thank you. And next we have the second speaker from the affirmative house, Miss Kusnul Khotimah.
Hello.
How are you?
Good evening. Fine, thank you.
Thank you, Miss. And next, the third speaker, we have Miss Dinda Mega. How are you, Miss?
Hello, good. Thank you.
Thank you, Dinda. And we have here our counselor from Central Squad, Miss Diah Sofiawati. Are you here with us, Miss? Do you want to say something? Say hi to us? Okay, maybe she's a little bit busy. Okay, next we are moving to the opposition, the negative house. Here we have Mr. Jury as the first speaker. Hi, Mr. Jury.
Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Thank you. And then we have the second speaker, Miss Maggie Sunaidi. How are you, Miss?
Hello, everyone. Good evening. I am very well.
Thank you. And the third one, we have Mr. Muhammad Isra as the third speaker of Negative House.
Hello, good evening, everyone, fellow debaters.
Thank you. And the last, we have our adjudicator from Arika team, Mr. Andi Muhammad Irfan.
Hello everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, and thank you for all of you participants. And once again, I want to say hello to all audience in the chat box. Well, I see the chat room already on fire. I like this. I like this. Now, before we start, allow me to read some small rules for all participants. First, no participant are allowed to open their microphone before their own turn. Second, team member must rename themselves with the format. Third, each team member must join with their own Zoom account. No allowed to join in sharing account. Four, the operator may do the necessary thing to make sure that this session runs smoothly. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and our honorable adjudicator, without any further ado, let's start debate for tonight's session. Yay! First, I would like to read our motion for tonight. This House believes that the government should put a restriction on having social media account. The description, a restriction for social media account refer to the policy that specify a minimum age requirement for individual to create or use account on social media platform. In today's digital age, the widespread influence of social media and individual, especially young people, requires a careful examination on its effect. The affirmative House must demonstrate that those restrictions are essential to safeguard children and teenagers from potential harm and risks associated. Okay, speakers, I hope everyone is prepared for today's session debate. The first chance of speaking will be the first speaker from affirmative House. Are you ready?
Yes, of course, I'm ready.
Okay, Miss Yola, timer, please. Wait a little bit, okay.
Wait, mister.
Okay, thank you. Okay, everyone, take your time, get some, take your breath, take a breath, okay. Relax while we are waiting for the timer to come out. Okay, the timer was still on process. Okay, well, we are waiting for the timer. Wait, please. For the central squad, are you guys the first time debater or this is not your first time? Anyone want to speak while we are waiting for the timer?
Oh, we are first timer.
Oh, all of you, three?
Yes.
Oh,
no.
nah. Yes. I can hear you.
Sorry, yes, we are all first timers.
Okay, nice. And how about you guys from Arika? Is this
Yes, sir.
first
This
time?
is our first time following this debate
Oh,
competition.
Our first time also.
If new fresh, what we call fresh blood. Okay, okay, the timer already. Miss Yola, can you reset please the timer before we start?
Okay, I'm doing.
Okay, I think we have some internet connection trouble. Okay. Miss Vela, pause for a moment the timer. The timer will start when the first speaker speak. Okay. Miss Vela, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Okay, for the central squad first speaker, the time begin when you start speaking. Central squad first speaker, you can start speaking.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Kira. First of all, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and the honorable adjudicators. Our motion today is this House believes that the government should put age restriction on having social media account. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in today's digital era, as we know that social media refers to a variety of technologies that facilitate the sharing of ideas and information. Social media, including Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok accounts. Yeah, the younger generation, including children and teenagers, are increasingly active on this platform. With the advance in technology and easy to access, children can easily access various types of content that may not be appropriate for their age, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, according to Information and Online Transaction Act number 1, 2024, in providing protection, social media platform must be provide information regarding the minimum age limit for children who use the service. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, these restrictions are really essential to safeguard children and teenagers from various adverse effects, including mental health issues, social problems, and many more. However, without appropriate age restriction, children and teenagers may face serious risks of negative impact, ladies and gentlemen. So, our parameter is the age restriction for 13 years old. Ladies and gentlemen, for the example of high-risk content of social media are, the first is negative content, such as violence, pornography, and hate speech. And the second is dangerous interaction, ladies and gentlemen. It includes encounters with online predators, cyberbullying, and social exploitation. And ladies and gentlemen, here you a sample case from and the victim was an elementary school students. The reason why the abuse was carried out by the suspect because he had a habit of watching pornographic videos, ladies and gentlemen. From the impact that I have explained, we can put the age restriction on social media account, refer to policies and set minimum age restriction for individual to create or use account on social media platform, which are very important to implement. So we are strongly believe that age restriction for social media usage should be implemented in our policies. And our second speaker will talk more about the data and age restriction on social media. Thank you, adjudicators.
Thank you, Ms. Putri from the first speaker of Ahmad. Next, we are moving to the first speaker of the negative house. Mr. Jury, your time begin when you start speaking.
Thank you, moderator. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, the honorable adjudicators, and all the participants. As a first speaker of negative house, we believe the existence of social media has huge impact on our social relation. Almost everyone has used social media. Widespread influence of social media brings not only negative impact, but also several benefits on children and teenagers. Why we don't believe that the government should put age restriction on having social media? The Minister of Communication and Informatics, in the draft of regulation private data protection, recently proposed age limit 17 minimum age to access social media. The age limit access media account regulation, it was an adoption from the Private Data Protection Act from European Union. But after the announcement of legal regulation in Constitution number 27 in 2022 about personal data protection, the draft of restriction age limit to access social media does not include. So the debates over the age and the access proliferate. There is no simple solution to the complex situation. The result of research conducted by NEROSM entitled Indonesian Consumer Trend 2021, Social Media Impact on the Kids. Around 87% of children in Indonesia have been introduced to the social media before they turning 13 years old. In fact, we found some social media platforms already put requirement age in creating an account in social media for limiting the access for young age. Everyone know how incredibly easily for child under the 13 to open a social media account. All they have to do is a simple math, can figure out how the birth date, they makes them 42 years instead of 11. Teenage are better in using technology than their parents. So in just few moments, children can easily gain access to the world, people, video, photo, and more. But drawing a bright line in on age is not a solution for all. Turning 13 or that matter 16 does make someone instantly capable of handling the responsibility of social media. In the other side, some children might have the maturity to navigate those platforms before they are 13. Parents, government, and social media tech company can help nurture the positive aspects by accepting how important the social media is for kids and helping them find the way for it to add the real value to their lives. And furthermore, for the benefits and better solution will be delivered by second and third speaker. My opinion for first speaker is we must find the source of the problem. The problem is the content, not the age. So we can implement more, not just the age restriction. Maybe from me, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jury, from the first speaker of negative. Next, we are moving to the second speaker of the central squad. The time begins when you start speaking.
Thank you, moderator and all adjudicator. As the first speaker of my team explained before, I'm going to elaborate on the negative impact if there is no age restriction in social media. The pattern of based on research by psychologist Risman, the pattern of pornographic content distributed has shifted medium from the 90s, where is the mostly from books and comics, and then 2010s, where the majority of children are exposed to pornography through social media sites because they do not yet understand how to use social media wisely. The effect of pornographic content are even far worse than drug itself. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no significant academic or social need concern by children underage being involved in social media. Even adults, most do not use social media for self-development, especially children who generally tend to use social just for entertainment. If they really want to learn, it would be much better for them to use media that is truly for learning and not social media. For example, e-learning, ebook, digital library, and so on. Children do not need career promotion at such as young age to get a job, for example, promoting on LinkedIn. Self-branding can be done using media out by their parents or relatives. Ladies and gentlemen, if we talk about the data, in Indonesia, the study found that excessive social media use is associated with increased level of depression and anxiety among children and teenagers. Other than that, Indonesian Child Protection Commission (KPAI) report in 2022 about the data cyberbullying incident among children and teenagers. In the 10 and to 12 years age category, 27% of children were affected by cyberbullying incident. In the age category 13 to 15 years, 42% of children will be affected by cyberbullying incident. The impact of this cyberbullying incident consists of verbal abuse, social exclusion, and threats. Ladies and gentlemen, by the data, we know that children 13 to 5 years are more significantly increased and affected by the cyberbullying. So the social media is very should be a restriction.
You still have, okay, enough? Oh,
Thank you.
okay, thank you for this Husnul Khotimah. Now we are moving to the negative house. Arika, second speaker. Your time begin when you start speaking.
Thank you for the opportunity, the honorable adjudicator and all the participants. As the negative house, we are not agree if the government put as restriction to have a social media account. As our first speaker said before, we cannot put our attention not only in the negative impact of social media, but we have to put our attention with the benefit or the good impact of the social media. Last time, we heard that the second speaker of the affirmative house say that there are several negative impact using from our young people using the social media. We have to remind that social media in this era is the kind of digital transformation, and we cannot close our eyes from that. Let me explain the more benefit or the good impact using the social media for our young people, because the social media impact has the good impact not only for the adult but also for the young people, including children and kids. Let me explain the benefit of or the good impact of using social media for the young people. The first one, feeling confident. Social media can help the young children or young people to more comfortable communicating with around others. And for example, they put like, love, or comment on a post, it will increase their confidence. A common sense media study that 29% of teens using social media will help them to feel less shy, and it will indicate that they will increase the confidence. The second, feeling smart. A report by Globe and Media and Mail indicate that social media making kids better smart. And another example, social media will be the digital literacy will help the young people to do their homework, their paper, the task, and etc. Besides that, social media will improve the social skill like problem solving, comprehension, critical thinking, and also the memory. The third, feeling friendly. We also know that using social media like Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, we will have friends not only in this country, not only in Indonesia, but also in other countries. The fourth, feeling connected. By using the social media or interaction in social network, it will help the user, especially for the young people, to provide short safety net. And also for the parents, will have better idea by looking for from their posts on the social media, what about the children feeling or the children thinking or the children doing. And the fifth, feeling helpful. Many research in USA. Thank you.
Mr. Kira, your voice isn't there yet. No, not yet open mute.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. I still mute my microphone. Okay. We are next moving to the third speaker from the Central Squad. Miss Dinda, are you ready? Your time begin when you start speaking.
Thank you, Mr. Kira, and honorable adjudicators and the participant. If we're talking like the second speaker from opposition said, if they really want to learn, it will be much better for them to use the media that is truly for learning and not social media. It's not that we are limiting the use, but we're keeping them safe. Now we're talking about the essential or the benefits of restricting the age. It can lead to many benefits because age restriction can eliminate the number of screen time children and teenagers. The restriction of age on social media can have compelling arguments. Some of them even have a great impact on children and teenager development. Like the first one is the protection from psychological harm. These platforms often promote unrealistic ideals of beauty, success, and happiness, which can be damaging during the formative years of childhood and adolescence when self-image, self-worth are still developing. By restricting access until a more mature age, it is believed that young individuals can develop a healthier self-concept and resilience against negative social comparison. And second, reducing exposure to cyberbullying. We aim to reduce the exposure of children and teenagers to harmful online interaction that can lead to long-lasting emotional, psychological scars. This protective measure could provide more time for young people to develop the emotional maturity required to handle potential conflicts and bullying online effectively. And the third, encouraging healthier development outcomes. Encourage them to engage more deeply in real-life interaction and activities that are crucial for healthy physical, cognitive, and emotional development. This includes playing outdoors, engaging in sports, reading, and spending face-to-face time with friends and family. And fourth, promoting digital literacy and preparedness. This approach allows educational system and families more time to teach critical digital literacy, skills, ensuring that once young people do begin social media, they are equipped with the knowledge and skill needed to use this platform safely. And then so we strongly believe that implementing and enforcing age restriction is crucial to safeguarding their welfare in an increasingly digital world. So it's not that we also we focus on the negative side, but we also focus on the benefits from the age restriction. Okay, thank you.
You still have time? Is there enough?
I think that's enough.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Dinda. Now we are moving to the third speaker of Negative House, Mr. Isra. Your time begins when you start speaking.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. Our honorable adjudicators and fellow debaters. Well, Affirmative House have stated many negative effects by using social media with no age block. But on the other hand, age-based restriction ignore that the fact children develop at different speeds and that the purpose for online activities can vary greatly. We have several examples around the world. Begin with Malala Yousafzai, who began blogging about the injustice in her country when she was only 11 years old. In recognition of her fight for the right of all children and education, Yousafzai became the youngest recipient in history at the age of 17 to be awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. Move on, we have Mark Zuckerberg began toying around with computer programming at age 11 and went on to launch Facebook when he was 18. Now, this is not to say these platforms do not pose any problems for children. Truly, there are many concerns, but age limits alone are too blunt a solution. As a Negative House, we believe that age restriction to have a social media account is not the option, the only option. We propose that ways to solve the negative impact of using social media have several examples. Firstly, parental controls. Parents have the responsibility to guide their children, including the use of social media. This requires parents to accompany and guide their children about what kind of information they can get from social media. Secondly, utilizing features from various operating systems, such as Family Link from Google and Family Sharing from Apple, will help children obtain quality content by managing the application they use and monitoring their device usage time. And thirdly, the presence of access filters from platforms allow users to provide their true identities without age restriction, enabling platforms to limit the information accessible to users, such as Netflix Kids and YouTube Kids. Despite existing regulation, enforcing age restriction poses significant challenges. Verification of on digital platforms is largely based on self-reporting, which is easy to falsify. Moreover, the technical and ethical implications of more strategic verification processes, such as requiring government issues identification, raise concern about privacy and border accessibility of online services. To retire our point of view, we want to mention that without age restriction, children can express their creativity as a form of freedom and channel expression and obtain information as a part of fundamental rights guaranteed in Article 28 of the 1945 Constitution. Thank you. That's all from me.
Thank you from Mr. Asyraf. Wow, I see a lot of comment in the chat box. It almost 2,000. I like it. I like it. Now we are moving the conclusion part. Conclusion part will be speaking first from the negative house. Are you ready, guys? Okay, your time begin when you start speaking.
Thank you, moderator. Our conclusion from the negative house, banning young people from access social media is a wrong move. Social media is a big part of social and creative life for many preteens and teenagers. Social media benefits include connection, learning, and creativity. Rather than have the politician take on any state stance for social media use, parents and caregiver should be encouraged to play greater part in their child online development. What's on affirmative outside the potential harm and risk? Parents should involve and community support play critical role in safeguarding young user and enhancing their online experience into healthy digital life. Parents have fundamental role in monitoring and guiding their children's social media activities. This includes setting ground rules for usage, discussing content appropriate, and understanding the various platforms their children are using. Open communication about the potential danger and benefit of social media can help foster a safer online environment. Parents can use tools such as parental control and apps that tracks and limit screen time to enforce healthy boundaries. Moreover, by being active participants in their children's online worlds, parents can better understand the challenges and opportunity that social media presents. This helps to bridge the generational gap in digital literacy and ensure that parents are equipped to offer the relevant and effective guidance. Effective management of social media use among young people require collaboration between various stakeholders, including technology companies, educational institutions, policymakers, and mental health professionals. Communities can advocate for policy that support healthy digital environment while demanding the social media platform implement more robust safety feature. So we are disagree that age restriction is not solution. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the negative house and sorry for the trouble with the timer. Okay, Miss Yola, maybe we can just reset the time. Okay, thank you. Now we are moving to the conclusion of the affirmative house. Are you ready, guys?
All right, ready.
Okay, thank you. Your time begin when you start speaking.
Thank you, Mr. Kira. Yeah, for the conclusion, but first of all, let us make it clear. The first is the second speaker said that we cannot close our eyes from technology because we need social media. Okay, we talk about age restriction from social media. We don't even talk about the limitation of technology actually. And ladies and gentlemen, by implementing age restriction doesn't mean that the teenager and children in Indonesia will be left behind with the most updated information and technology. Because yeah, there are still many learning media, like what my third speaker said, that we can have any source of media learning for books, magazine, e-learning, digital library. So it's mean that we are not we are not left behind with the most of that information or technology. And then the second is from I'm sorry, from third speakers. Yeah, third speaker said that it's responsible for the parents. If if it's responsible for the parents, can you make sure that the parents should take responsible of children use social media 24/7? Is it, can you make sure that parents can monitor the children to use the social media for 24/7? So when we implement the age restriction, actually social media platform will have their technology to help monitor the user. That's the point. And then yeah, ladies and gentlemen, these restrictions are essential to safeguard children and teenagers from various adverse effects, including mental health issues, social media problems, and many more, like what we have explained to you guys before. And then restriction can also facilitate the development of digital literacy and safe online practice among young people. And then, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this house believes that the government should put each restriction on having social media account. We strongly believe that age restriction need to be stand up. Thank you.
Thank you for the affirmatives in the house. Now the debate session is over, and thank you for the 6 of you guys. Everyone did well to deliver the opinion data, and also, and me as an adjudicator, I will having a hard time for choosing from both of you. Okay, now it's time for our adjudicator to have a break room session to discuss this debate session, and we will come back in a few minutes.
Menyala Jakpus.
And yes, while we are discussing, the chat box and the main room Zoom is all yours to supporter. Thank you. Izin, kita masih menunggu Pak Subhan untuk join.
Banyak amat ya chatnya. Sampai ngehang
Iya, Mas.
laptopku.
Makanya seru sih, bagus sih jadinya, rame.
Iya, pokoknya malam-malam ya.
Iya,
9
mungkin karena
ribuan.
punya waktu luang jadi lebih enak. Oke, izin
Bri,
saya.
sorry Beli ya,
Oh, iya, iya, Pak.
jaringan kurang stabil
Oh,
lagi
iya,
di
iya, siap, siap.
Banjarmasin.
Siap, Pak. Oke, aman. Ya, mungkin dari Mas Adit, ya, mungkin ingin
Iya,
disampaikan terkait
kalau
penilaian.
jadi sebenarnya kalau kita lihat sih sebenarnya lebih motionnya lebih menguntungkan positif sih.
Iya.
Eh,
Okay, good evening, everyone. Our educator has returning to the main room. Okay, we are waiting for the immersive Zoom. Okay, now we already have our adjudicator, Mr. Aditya. Your time.
Okay, first of all, I would like to say congratulations for everyone here. I feel happy for this debate tonight, and not only me, but I guess all the participants here with more than 10,000 comments on the chat room feels the same energy also. So basically, the debate here is very challenging for both sides, not only for the affirmative, but moreover for the negative side of the house. So as we have listened to the debate here, we see that the debate's flow is more on who has the most convincing examples, data, and how are they linked back to your stance. Now, one point of the debate that most debaters forget is that you have to have a clear stance. Whether you support A, whether you support B, you should not be in the gray area. You have to be black or you have to be white. For the negative side of the house, I guess that there is a flaw on your stance, because in one side of the house, you're saying that there should not be age restrictions, but on the other side, you were somehow trying to say that it's okay to have age restrictions, but there should be another parental control also that should be regulated by the government, or should we? There are other options also, which is more important. So you have to have a clear stance whether you're going to support or going to agree with age restrictions or not. You should not say that I support age restrictions, but there are also more important cases that needs to be solved rather than age restriction. Because if you say it like that, you're supposedly saying that you have support the age restriction, but on the other hand, you're trying to not support this age restriction. So there have to be a clear stance on where are you trying to stand, on what are you trying to prove. Now, the affirmative side of the house also has given us examples and data, and they have tried to maintain their arguments based on several examples, but you need to be more elaborative. There are several points that for me myself is a good, but you need more elaboration and more examples that can support these arguments. For example, when you say that it would make child's life more healthier because they have more health outcomes, more cognitive benefits because they're not using social media. For me, it's a good point, but you have to elaborate more with several examples. Now, what I see from your case is that you're focusing on cyberbullying. You keep repeating that every speaker on your team, cyberbullying, pornography, and all of those stuff. Now, if I were the negative side of the house, I would ask, how urgent is this cyberbullying? How urgent is this pornography content for children? I mean, if I have children, would my children automatically be raped by someone, or would he or she do any pornographic actions if they have an account on the social media? Questions like that needs to be answered by the affirmative side of the house, because you have good points, but you need to have more elaboration on several of these points. Now, based on these arguments and the cases that you have brought to us, I must say that it is a very close debate. So both teams have their strengths and weaknesses, and we see that it is a very close debate. But unfortunately, one side of the house has more consistent flow of their arguments. They have a more consistent stance in their arguments. That's why we are more convinced that one of the side of the house is stronger than the other side of the house. And for this, I would like to say that the affirmative side of the house wins the debate tonight. Thank you very much, both for the affirmative and also the negative. And the best speaker for tonight's debate is the first speaker of the affirmative. Congratulations for all. We would like to support you all for the debates. Anything, if you want to ask anything to us, we are pleased to support everyone. Thank you. I'll pass it back to Mas Kira.
Thank you, Mr. Aditya, and welcome to the Central Squad as the winner of today's debate competition. Congratulations again to the Central Squad, and also congratulations to the Arika team. We three of us as the adjudicator having a hard time choosing the winner for today's debate. I like both of you guys team. Okay, I once again I highly appreciate for the both of you team for the incredible performance. I hope today's debate gives us an amazing experience. Thank you for the time and thank you for everyone for joining today's match. Thank you for our adjudicator, Mr. Aditya and Mr. Subhan. Thank you for the counselor team, supporter, and see you on the next round. Good night and bye-bye.
Thank you,
Good night.
adjudicators.
Thank you,
The negative
everyone.
Thank you,
house.
everyone. Thank you,
Thank you all.
adjudicators.
Oh,
Thank you, everyone.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The comment hasn't stopped yet. Please.
Yeah, congratulations.
Makasih Mas Kira.
Sama-sama.
Thank you, Mas Kira.
Terima kasih, Mas. Thank you
Thank you,
all.
everyone. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Kak Jemmy.
Thank you, Mas Kira. Thank you all. Izin and
Thank you.